Since very early times, around 400 BC, human personalities have been classified into 4 basic groups. Ancient civilizations referred to the 4 groups by the elements: fire, air, water and earth. As the time went on, the groups were reclassified from environmental to internal, becoming known as the 4 temperaments: choleric, sanguine, phlegmatic and melancholic. Then in the 1920s, these groups were re-examined again by the psychiatrist Dr. Carl Gustav Jung and reclassified as thinking, feeling, sensation and intuition. In 1928, the groups were again reclassified by Dr. William Marsden, the psychiatrist, in his book, The Emotions of Normal People. They were defined as dominance, influence, steadiness and compliance. And this is the DISC personality system known and used today by millions of people around the world. Understanding and learning how to identify the 4 personality styles in ourselves and others benefits our personal life as well as our professional life. Benefits of communicating with others in their own personality styles include generating understanding and acceptance of people of different personality styles, building rapport more quickly and more naturally, building greater connections and trust with people, avoiding conflict, and making you more persuasive and influential, meaning you can connect more effectively with others anywhere at any time.
Let's now take a deep dive into the 4 personality styles, their strengths, their challenges, and their observable traits. As we do, keep in mind that no personality style is any better or any worse than another. They're just different ways of communicating, and most of us use different styles in different circumstances. The power of this knowledge is in identifying where people are at the time you are communicating with them. In that way, you can match your communications to what will work best for them at that time. Starting with the D, dominance personality style, let's call him Don Dominance. People with the Don Dominance personality style are usually more extroverted than introverted, fast-paced, goal-oriented, achievers, and highly competitive. They're quick to act, work well independently, and are task-focused. The 7 strengths of Don Dominance are: number 1, they're determined. Number 2, they want to win. Number 3, they have a positive attitude. Number 4, they're entrepreneurial. Number 5, they're ambitious and logical. Number 6, they work well with change. And number 7, they possess good leadership skills. 7 areas for attention and growth. Let's call them challenges, should you accept them. Number 1, insensitivity. Number 2, stubbornness. Number 3, impatience. Number 4, domineering. Number 5, arrogant. Number 6, dictatorial. Number 7, they don't care for details. They need someone to clean up after them. Let's look now at 3 observable traits of Don Dominance. Number 1, they're fast-paced. They eat, talk, walk, and do just about everything very fast. They're high activity. Number 2, they are 99% business focused and time sensitive. Number 3, they are extremely optimistic and they're very, very loud. They are the loudest of the 4 personality styles.
Now for the Isabella Influencer personality style. People with the Isabel Influencer personality style, like the Don Dominance personality style, are more extrovert than introvert, and they're more fast-paced. They are relationship-focused. Isabel Influencer loves being with other people and loves being the centre of attention when possible. They're quick-witted relationship builders because people like them and are attracted to them. They're great communicators and love to tell stories. 7 strengths of Isabel Influence are: number 1, they're optimistic and enthusiastic. Number 2, they're very warm and friendly. Number 3, they're trusting. Number 4, they're very well presented. And number 5, they're effective relationship builders. Number 6, they're charismatic. And number 7, they're very self-confident. 7 areas for growth and development for Isabella influencers are: number 1, they talk too much. Number 2 is listening too little. Number 3, procrastinating. Number 4, poor follow-up. Number 5, they can be easily bored. And number 6, they have a short attention span. Number 7 is being impulsive. 3 observable traits of Isabella influencer. Number 1, they usually dress for success and they're very well presented and stylish. Number 2, they love to talk and they love to tell a story. Number 3, they often present facts with great passion, making them great influencers.
Now for the S, steady personality style. Let's call her Sarah Steady. Sarah Steady is a harmonizing specialist. They are deeply emotional and intelligent and often hard to excite. Sarah Steady is a slower paced and people focused rather than being task focused. They appreciate stability and order. They display emotional steadiness and are usually the sort of person who stays at the one job for a long time. 7 strengths of Sarah Steady are: number 1, they're supportive. Number 2, respectful and diplomatic. Number 3, they're very loyal. Number 4, non-judgmental. Number 5, predictable. And number 6, very honest. And number 7, they are a harmonious team player, the sort of person you want on your team. 7 areas for attention and growth for Sarah Steady. 7 challenges for Sarah include: she dislikes change, number 1. Number 2, she dislikes confrontation. Number 3, she is very indecisive at times. Number 4, she can be stubborn under pressure. Number 5, she can become overcritical. Number 6, she can become slower when put under the pump. And number 7, she can be too compromising. 7 observable traits of Sarah Steady are: number 1, they always follow rules and regulations. They are consistent. Number 2, they are extremely honest and tactful. Number 3, they think before they speak. They're very, very thoughtful people.
Last but not least, style C, compliance. The cautious, conscientious personality style. Let's call him Calvin Compliant or Cautious. Calvin Cautious is a slower paced, task-oriented personality style. These people are extremely conscientious and focused on getting the task completed correctly every single time. Calvin Cautious is very self-reliant. They prefer to rely on their own powers, resources and strengths. They prefer to work alone and are cautious in all the things that they do. They're sticklers for rules and love things to be organised and tidy. They love being the detailed and disciplined and are often seen by others as being a little bit aloof. Like Sarah Steady, they appreciate an environment of stability. 7 strengths of Calvin Cautious. Number 1, they have a systematic and thorough approach. Number 2, they're accurate and precise. Number 3, they're detail-oriented. And number 4, they're tactful and dependent. Number 5, they're incredibly logical. And number 6, they value correctness. And number 7, they are also very self-confident. 7 areas of attention and growth for Calvin Cautious are: number 1, they can be reluctant to voice their opinion. And number 2, they dislike or are uncomfortable with change. Number 3, they fear personal criticism. And number 4, they can suffer from analysis paralysis. Number 5, they're prone to procrastination. Number 6, they hate their routine being disrupted. And number 7, they can become very moody when they're frustrated. 4 observable traits of Calvin cautious are: number 1, they're very tidy and have an organised office. Number 2, they are tactful and diplomatic when communicating. Number 3, they dress conservatively. And number 4, they appreciate limited exposure. They're a little bit more introverted.
People love it when we communicate with them in their preferred communication style. If our communication style matches another's, we'll be getting on with them like a house on fire. If the people we're talking to have different communication styles with us, it's up to us to adapt our style to theirs, and then we'll be getting on with them also like a house on fire. The effort you put into this will be rewarded with better connections, better relationships, and a more profitable business. In our next video, we'll discuss your personality style plus lots more. To your success, thank you. This is the Sales Doctor signing off.